You know, there's a lot of talk about Donald Trump and his tweet encouraging his attorney general to put an end to the Russia investigation, which his attorney general has the power to do, by the way. And you have a conga line of Democrats, Sheila Jackson Lee, Dick Durbin, Joaquin Castro, Richard Blumenthal, Democrats dressed up as reporters, Carl Bernstein and others, all saying that this is authoritarianism, this is obstruction, this is close to obstruction. Do you know what they're doing? They are doing several things. Number one, they're sending messages to the special counsel Mueller and his team, encouraging him to charge the president, either officially or in a report, with obstruction of justice. Number two, they want him to know that he will have their cover. That is, the cover of media outlets and Democrats all over the country if he does it. So while all the talk goes one way, criticizing the president, the fact of the matter is, you really got to focus on this, the Democrat Party and the media have a drumbeat of encouragement, urging the special counsel to charge the president formally or in his report with obstruction, and they're making it clear to him in all these public appearances and pronouncements that they will protect him. That they will protect him. Conversely, if he fails to do that, one or the other, well, you can be sure they will criticize him. So justice isn't blind. While they accuse the President of the United States of obstructing, which is absurd, it is they who are trying to affect the outcome of this investigation. It is they who demanded it in the first place. Let us keep that in mind. How about Steve in Dallas, Texas, the great WBAP? Go.
Hey, Mark, big fan of yours. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
Hey, I just want to thank you for adding clarity to everything you say and sharing real information and facts with us. Because I got to tell you, this Mueller investigation, the only thing I've learned in however long it's been going on, for a year and a half, is that nothing happened that affected the election. And the media flat out insults us by the way they carry this on and say, someone had a meeting, someone had a phone call. So what, man? We're not stupid. And I feel like the media, they're in collusion with Mueller. You know, they treat us like we're stupid, like we're idiots, like we're.
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the next hour, but let me address what you're saying here. Not a single thing that's taking place in this trial or all the time during this investigation relates to President Trump, his family, his businesses, or his campaign. And yet this is their marquee case. The case is actually being argued by an assistant United States attorney out of the Eastern District of Virginia. There was absolutely no reason for the special counsel, period. The special counsel is moving cases into the Southern District of New York involving Podesta, involving Vin Weber. I'm not saying they're guilty of anything. Greg Craig, you might remember him. The Obama Mr. Fix-It lawyer, the Clinton Mr. Fix-It lawyer, the Michael Cohen stuff's been moved to the Southern District of New York. That stuff in the Southern District of New York, Manafort in the Eastern District of Virginia. Then you have a few cases involving Russians who will never come to the United States, so that doesn't really matter. And, of course, they set up Mike Flynn. This is all the guy has. And so they are desperately seeking to interview the president for the purpose of entrapping him, for the purpose of being able to say in a report that he obstructed justice, or for the purpose of being able to indict him, to have a constitutional conflagration that takes place, and then, of course, in order to affect the future of our electoral process. This whole thing is unconscionable from beginning to end. And then you have two other investigations. The one that is dealing with the interference of the Obama administration in the last campaign, major cover-ups going on. It's like pulling teeth to get information. The Obama administration, the Hillary Clinton and DNC with the dossier, the FISA court, and on and on and on, the unmasking of American citizens, including Michael Flynn. And then the third one, Hillary Clinton, the Espionage Act. Hillary Clinton should be in prison. She's the one who ought to be in isolation in a federal prison. She did a hell of a lot more to endanger this country than Manafort could have ever have done. I don't know how much money he stole, if he stole any money at all. Who knows?
Right.
Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. So you won't get any disagreement from me.
Yeah, it just really ticks me off. You know, and then I hear, I read your biography on Wikipedia one time, and they made you out to be a conspiracy theorist.
These people are frauds. What they've put there is poisonous. Look at the discussion we just had about liberty. Look at the discussion we have about Locke and Montesquieu. Look at the discussions we have about the founders. Is any of that in Wikipedia? Any of it?
No.
Not a word of it.
Nothing at all.
It's a joke. I would strongly discourage all of you and your kids and grandkids from using Wikipedia. Just pull up my site. Take a look. And no matter how many people have tried to fix it, they block them. They stop them. It's a propaganda site. It might as well be run by Media Matters.
Right, yeah. And I got to tell you, I don't always understand the great thinkers you talk about, but I really want to try to learn, and it's difficult for me, but you add so much clarity to it because I've read 2 of your books, Meritopia and Liberty and Tyranny, and you talk about that kind of stuff, and it's a little over my head. I have to slow down, but I really appreciate that you take the time to research that stuff, and it's not just some flippant thing off the top of your head. It is, you know, some deep-rooted stuff, and I appreciate that.
Well, some of the things that bother me, and that's very kind of you, are people who write books just to sell books. They want them to be hot for the moment. I don't write books that way. They may cover topics that relate to what's going on in the modern day, as they do, but in every instance, I try to give them context. So people, look, what do we talk about here? How important history is? How important experience is? So why would I write a comic book, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I just appreciate everything you do, Mark. Thank you so much.
I want to thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. I don't think I can give these other callers much time. How much time do I have, Rich? Yeah, 45 seconds is not enough time. I do want to remind you, I will be on Hannity tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Oh, by the way, I'll be on Fox and Friends tomorrow, too. I don't know what time. And I think we're talking about another show. I don't remember. And by the way, don't forget Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We have a great Life, Liberty, and Levin. You ever watch the show Pawn Stars on the History Channel? Rick Harrison, smart as can be, successful businessman. We talk about that. We talk about his philosophy. We talk about everything. You won't want to miss that on Sunday. I'll be back. Let us go to, well, I don't know where she's from. Where's Benita from? Sirius Satellite. How are you, Benita?
New Mexico.
Well, congratulations.
It is a wonderful place.
I bet.
So, Mark, first time caller. Every other time it was busy.
Wow.
But my mission and my voice and what I've been trying to get across to people is, until we can talk civilly to each other, we will never be a nation again. And that is what has frustrated me more than anything. And I think you also, that there is no conversation across the aisle anymore. It's just hatred. And even friends of mine, they have no facts to back up what they say. And that is what really probably bothers me more than anything.
Let me tell you something, because your typical host will say, the Rodney King, it's both sides, and both sides. I hear this. It's not both sides. The left is nasty, prudish, vile at times. Look at their comics. Look at their late night hosts. We don't control the culture; they control the culture. What we're trying to do is be left alone. Be honest citizens. We pay our taxes. We cast our vote. We elect Donald Trump president, and we're under attack.
Yep.
He's under attack. We're under attack. We're called names. He's called names. What has he done that's so horrific? Even if I don't agree with him on trade, what the hell has he done that's just so over the top, so horrific, that he deserves to be treated this way? What has he done?
He's done absolutely nothing. And as far as I'm concerned, except for the tweets, he's actually been a very good gentleman. And, everybody that has a one-on-one with him, even Kim Kardashian came out saying that she felt heard. And yet nobody wants to go be heard. And they don't want to have a conversation. And there's no facts behind what they say, like you say.
They unleash investigation after investigation. The man's just elected president. A remarkable thing for a man who's never run for public office, a man who was written off. He's elected president of the United States. Rather than celebrating, giving the guy a chance, immediately a criminal investigation, immediately congressional investigations, immediately 1,000 reporters in his face. We see this. We're not a joke. We understand what's going on here. They want to take the guy out. They want to change the outcome of the election. They wanted Hillary. They wanted another term of Barack Obama. They didn't get it. And so this is what they're doing. Let's be honest with ourselves.
That's exactly what they're doing. And, you know, I don't know. I would just love to see some ability to have conversations. And what really...
They don't want it. Listen to me. Part of the statist progressive mentality, this is what people don't understand. Conservatives, pseudo-conservatives, people out there, they don't understand. These people don't want conversations. These people want groupthink. They want to devour free speech. They want to impose their will. That's who they are. I don't understand why people don't understand it.
And they listen to people like Pelosi and Waters.
Nah, I never listen to them. First of all, Pelosi can't put 7 words together, and Waters is a absolute nut job. So why waste your time? And meanwhile, look, the media these are leaders within the Democrat Party. The media love these people. The crazier, the more radical, the more they celebrate them.
So can I tell you one quick story? Heard
Yes,
Hillary
ma'am.
speak back when she was in the primary with Obama at the place that I was working. I thought I'll give her a chance. In the first 2 minutes of her speech, she couldn't even speak like a good person that knows English. She had at least 20 ums, ahs, and in her speech. In the first 2 minutes, a college graduate, a lawyer, the wife of a governor, the wife of a president, a senator, and she can't even speak with the king's language or the English language.
Much like Biden, but that didn't stop him from being vice president. I understand they're going to dust off Biden, 76 years old. He's thinking about running. What are we, nuts? First of all, he's an idiot. He's always been dumb as a doorknob when he was a senator. He was a stand-up dummy standing next to Obama with the fake teeth and the fake hair, with all due respect. And he's a nasty guy. People say, oh, we like Lunch Bucket Joe. Lunch Bucket Joe, he never had a lunch bucket. He never had a real job. He went immediately to being elected to the Wilmington City Council. Then he's elected to the Senate when he's 29. He serves when he's 30. Vile man who tried to destroy Bob Bork, who tried to destroy Clarence Thomas and a half a dozen other people. People forget who the real Joe Biden is. All right, my friend, you got me going there. Thank you.